Hey YouTube. It's the coldest bitch right here on your fucking screen, y'all. This is my first video. Bear with me because today, for my first video, I want to do something like intimate but funny because I want to be able to look back at this once I continue growing. But today is 12:05. But today is the 20th of July. What? Today is the 20th of June, okay? So it is Pride Month. And, you know, we still have a few days left, but Pride Month is about to be over. So I decided, why not make this a DL storytime video for my first video? I mean, duh, like, if you're gay, if you're gay, and a teen, like, 9 times out of 10, we shouldn't be, but you are talking to, you know, a man, who might not be as out as you are, or who might not be as proud of his sexuality. Therefore, he relies on you to use you because you are proud of who you are, and he tries to make you feel like you're worthless, and you always get the short end of the stick because they are insecure. Basically, today I'm going to be telling you guys not my most recent DL story, but like my most concerning one, I'd say. So I'm also gonna, treat. I am going to eat Oreos. Why I tell you guys this, I would have me a glass of milk, but I only drink almond milk, and I mean sometimes I do cow milk, whatever. Point is, we don't have fucking milk in this house. So this is how it went down. By the way, you guys, just a little disclaimer, if I'm a little quiet or if you have to put your volume up a little more, it's because it is 12:08 and no shade, I'm not trying to wake up the whole fucking household, okay? Anyway, real quick, for background story purposes, I want to let you guys like in on the deeds at what was happening at the time. We're gonna call this guy Malibu. So Malibu is, I think he was 20 at the time, and I was 17. It was 2024 September. My family, like, they left me alone. I was 17, they left me alone for a whole week because they went to visit my country, Ecuador. And so I basically stayed home the whole week alone. Like, I didn't have no company, no anything. During 2024, like, there was a few months that I basically cut everyone off and, you know, just like stayed at home. Like, I didn't go anywhere. I was home alone, and, you know, like, I decided to have some fun. Like, I was on the phone with my friends. They were like gassing me up, like, hey, like, you know, you should maybe do something. And I was like, maybe I should, I shouldn't, I don't know. I always get like this feeling like I want to do stuff, but then like I don't know if it's just me, but like I get like nervous because I know I'm not supposed to be doing it. And I'm not saying that like, oh, I can't do it. I'm saying it in like, this isn't someone I would you know, truly feel something for. Like, why am I wasting time on a trade? Also, disclaimer, he is technically not DL because like his people knew what he was doing, but he's trade. There's a difference. So basically, I got a message from this guy because at the time I was like trying to have more followers on Instagram. So y'all know how you do like the follow for follow thing? Yeah. So this guy ended up texting me. It was, I believe, September 1st. I don't know, I put the screenshot up here, but it was September 1st, 2024. He texted me, yo. I said, what's up? He was like, oh, I'm rolling up. Y'all know what that means. I'm a pothead. I was like, LMAO, I'm just watching these people TikTok live. He's like, I refuse to download TikTok. You know, trying to be like those people that say they don't have social media, but they really do. Yeah, ill. So mind y'all, this dude was trying to like get to know me. So, and I kind of already felt like he had something going on. Like the way he looks and stuff, like he just gives me the type like he has a girl or something. So I asked him, I'm like, who do you live with? He said, so I live with my girl in Georgia, but I moved back in with my parents a few months ago to try to figure out this life stuff. Basically, he was like letting me know that he's no longer with his girl. He moved back in Florida. Then he goes, I'm just letting you know now, I send voice messages a lot, so if you don't like that, let me know. And cool, whatever. So we start sending audios to each other. I'm going to let you guys hear part of it, just so y'all see how corny this is. Don't blame me. I was 17. It was 24. Okay? Thank you.
Locked in, Rock. Actually, I kinda was.
I'm not gonna hold you. I don't know if I want to be locked in with someone. Like, I want to. Anyway. Oh, also, Detroit. One thing I want to mention is at the time I had like super long hair. So like my hair was, oh, I've always had long hair. Like it was like to here. So he really liked that. Just keep that in mind because it plays back in later on. So we ended up showing each other what we looked like. Like, we already kind of knew what we looked like because we both had posts, but like he had old posts. He had like 2022 posts, 2021 posts. Baby, I'm trying to see what you looked like at the time. He wasn't ashamed or anything. Like, he wasn't ugly. It was just, he didn't post. Okay, so then he starts making certain comments like, oh, I'm gonna give you some, just feed you some. I saw him like, oh, I'm hungry. He was like, okay, well, you can eat your food while you eat this. Anyway, I left out this part, but we also gave each other like Snapchats. And so like, he snapped me a picture, and in the picture, like you can see his print. So when he would like say comments like, oh, you're gonna like eat this, I wouldn't say much. And then I ended up like confessing to him, like, mind y'all, I had done stuff in the past prior to him, but it had been like a long time, okay? So I was nervous. I ended up like, you know, admitting the fact that I was nervous to like do anything with him just because he was a certain size, if you know what I mean. And you know, I've never had something that's threatening. That's what I said. I said, well, I'm never gonna be ready for the deep part. I don't really like using. Let me not read that. Anyway, I was basically just telling him like, hey, like, I don't want to do the deep part, right? Cool. Again, he snapped me the picture of it, so I already knew it was big, but I just wanted to ask him like, has he measured? So he tells me, you might struggle a little. I'm a cool 7.5 to 8 inches. If I'm really turned on, it's a little more than 8. Now, when I tell y'all that man was not lying, he was not lying, okay? That was not no 8 inch. Like, that must have been an 8.5, 9. Like, we're getting there though. Bear with me, hold your tucks because this gets crazy, okay? Okay, so by the way, because I hadn't done anything in forever, you know, like I was trying to like really be with him. So I was asking him like, hey, like, do you like to kiss? And he was like, so normally no, but you're a cute MF, so yeah. I was like, you sloppy kiss? He said, absolutely. I said, bet. Then we get to like the part where he tries to hook up. He said, if you want me over there tomorrow, LOL, I might save this load for you. So cool, whatever, like we get to talking about times. Basically, we agree on a certain day. Cool, done, right? We leave it there. Mind you, this is off the rip. Like, no shade. I really, for it, my young gays out there, like anyone around my age or younger, or shade, even like the older ones, please do not be this fast. Like, no shade. This is scary. Like, I know it shits and giggles now, but this could have ended up really badly, especially because I was home alone. Like, I had nobody. So, please be smart. Dang it. He asked me to send him my address of my apartment at the time. So I sent him the address and he tells me something like I've never heard before. Bitch, this man gonna sit here and tell me, wait, you live in the same complex as the girl I'm effing. Hold your tucks, because it get even worse. So I'm like, I know you effing lying. He's like, oh, that's hilarious. I know exactly where you stay. So then I asked him, I'm like, what does she look like? Watch that be my neighbor. Because I had like, at the time I was in an apartment in a corner. Like I had like one of the biggest apartments in the complex area. And basically like, I had a few girls right next to me. They were like around my age. So like, I'm guessing it was them, right? Wrong. So he was like, I actually don't know. We have SEX in her car outside. So then I get to ask him like, is she black or Hispanic? This is his description. Dark skin, big girl, a little tall. I was like, oh yeah, I don't know who you talking about. Cause no shade, like I didn't really see anybody besides like old men there. And the young girls that were right next to me. Like I didn't, again, I lived in a corner like of the complex where like the bigger apartments were. So I didn't really see anybody. So then I get to asking him, how old is she? He says 22. Now, one thing I don't like to indulge in is like fights. I'm not fighting over no man, period. So I'm like, okay, well, I hope she doesn't start ish with me if she sees you. I'm gonna act straight and say you just gang. If anything, like, oh, I'll play DL too. Like, it don't even matter. So then he says, you might have seen me take an Uber there a few mornings. Now, this is what turned me off because he, at the time, he didn't drive. Like, he didn't have a car or anything. And he did tell me earlier before that, like, he'd have to Uber to my house. But I didn't really think nothing of it because I'm like, you know, like I'm thinking about something else. And he gets to like reassuring me, like, whole time you don't even have to do all that. She's not gonna start ish with you. He was like, I was just there a few days ago. And then I was like, okay, well, just make sure she doesn't see you. What car y'all be doing it in? I be missing out on the good stuff. Now, let me tell you something. I would never want to join no shit like that. But I just wanted to know what car because maybe by the car I can tell. He said she's barely there. She works a lot. And then he goes, the car is a little black Nissan. Once he told me what car it was, y'all, it instantly clicked to me as to who it was. Baby, it was Big Bertha down the corner. Like, when he said big, he wasn't kidding. Like, that was a big world. That was a big world. So then, mind y'all, like I said, I recognized the car immediately. So I was like, is the car kind of crashed? Like, it was a hit because the Nissan that I was thinking of, it was a busted Nissan. Like, it had been in a few accidents, okay? I don't know how she survived that shit. He goes, yeah, and I'm like, bro, get the fuck out. And then he goes, it hasn't moved in a while, right? How the fuck am I supposed to know? You want a banger, the fuck? So then I'm jokingly telling him, oh, I'm gonna go up to her and tell her, big girl, I know you get down like that, sister. He was basically telling me, oh, please don't. Then this man's gonna tell me, yeah, I be tearing shorty up in there. You want to come to me and you are telling me about how you be tearing another shorty up in there? Are you cool? Like, this is why I don't deal with like men. Like, if I could be a lesbian, I would. So you guys, that's like how me and him were like introduced to each other. How like it was kind of weird vibes from the start with him banging my freaking neighbor. But the point of the intro is because even though we started talking September 1st, 2024, we didn't end up hooking up until I believe September 4th, 2025. A whole year and some days later. But we ended up talking. We're like, oh yeah, like we'll be cool friends. Like, you know, I wanted to be cool with him because generally he was like a vibe besides the fact that he was, you know, digging in my neighbor. Then I started getting like turned off because he started texting me like, oh, you be texting all your other men like this? Baby, don't worry about what I be doing with any other man. Like, don't ask me about nobody you don't see me with, okay? Because they have feelings too. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. Like, I love all. I'm not a hoe. I just love a lot of people. So I end up, you know, not leaving any of them. Okay, so I can put my phone away for this. Basically, the day comes, we don't even do anything. I actually ignored him the whole day. Like, he was texting me like, hey, are you down? Like, what's up? But I was scared as hell, y'all. I basically told him like my address, but I never told him what apartment number. And I was also really scared that he was gonna pull up because mind y'all, he had been there before. But also it was small and gates were easy access because half of the time they would break. So then we get to like the better part of it all, where basically I end up ghosting him, right? Because I didn't catch no feelings or anything. Like, I don't really catch feelings for men. You will start catching on to the fact that I really do not treat these men good. Like, I'm not shit. Like, I'm no better than them. We ended up texting like a week later, and then, you know, I ghosted him again. It was just a whole ghosting game for the whole year, right? So fast forward to like 6 months later, we ended up talking again. He was like, why you ghosting me? Then I ghost him again. Then like 2 months later, I text him again. And then we come to like 2025, like August. I text him again because this time, like, no shade, like the kitty was purring. And basically I play in his face once again, like no shade, I ghosted him again. So then we get to fast forward September 2025. Now here's a little backstory in that month. I actually ended up going to see the beautiful, the brilliant, the multi-talented Kali Uchis. I don't know, like if y'all have ever seen my TikTok, my Instagram, or just know me personally, y'all know I love Kali Uchis. Like I am literally a coochie for life. So much so that I want to get an album tatted on me. But anyway, point is I was gonna go see Kali Uchis on her concert, the Sincerely tour, and I ended up going with one of my closest friends. But a day prior to the concert, I got out of work. At the time I had another job, and basically I had like this feeling where like I felt something purring down there. So I ended up texting the guy. I unblocked him. Mind y'all, every time I ghost him, I block him so like he doesn't keep up with my account or anything. So I unblock him, and let me see what I said. So correction, I ended up texting him September 3rd. The concert was September 5th, but we hooked up September 4th, okay? So I ended up texting him September 3rd, like on some hello shit, you know, without giving an explanation as to why I ghosted him for like the 40th time. I ended up leaving him on red because I was basically asking him like, when can we hook up again? So then we get to September 4. I got off of work around 6:30, but I didn't get home until like 7. And I was on the phone with my friends, basically trying to plan it out to see if I really should do it this time because they knew the backstory already. I ended up texting him like what time we were gonna do it because we had initially agreed to do it on the same day as the concert, September 5th. Because the concert, I didn't go there until I leave like, I think it was like 6 p.m. But I was home alone like for that whole day. So like, I think he wanted to come in the morning or whatever, I don't know. He's like, when I wake up, I'll text you because I'm gonna be busy. He don't know who the fuck he talking to. So then I tell him, oh, I'll probably be up around 9 a.m. He's like, alright. I'm like, what time are you waking up? He said, I don't know. He said, like I said, I'm gonna text you when I'm up. So then I ended up sending him this sticker. I was like, not you playing hard, because who you feeling like? It's like, nah, I'm not. You just not gonna keep playing on my phone and expect me to drop everything for you.
Girl, shut the fuck up. You thought you ate that?
Anyway, so I really wanted like this. So I was going along with it. I was like, you're right, I'm not even mad at you. I'll make it up tomorrow though. Then he proceeds to be a princess, talking about if I have the time to go over there. So then y'all, he like hints at us having car SCX. He goes, this could have been easier if you felt like eating in a car. So I'm thinking about it. I'm like, oh, maybe I should do it tonight in his car just because on the day of the Kali Uchis concert, I was gonna have my friend come over and I wasn't sure what time she was coming over so we can get ready together. So then he started testing the waters, talking about, shit, if you're not P-word, I can come tonight. LMAO. And I'm like, how late? He said, however late you want me over there. So then I ended up asking him, well, what's the earliest you can come? He said, after I'm done eating and after I'm done taking a shower. Which, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I am so grateful I did not have to tell this man to shower. Like, any man I've hooked up with, that makes me sound like a hoe, hold on. But like, any guy that I've seen, they shower, and it hasn't been many, by the way, but they shower before we do anything because, I mean, don't play with me. So then I ask him how big his car is. You might be wondering why the hell I'm asking him this. One, because I'm into bigger men, so he was a bigger guy. But also, a little secret, I'm 6 feet tall, so yeah. But if Trey asked, I'm 5'7". He said we got enough space. By the way, no, what the fuck, we didn't. He lied. So then I ended up telling him, hey, like, I live by the mall, so like we could do it in an empty space in the parking lot. So then he asked me the infamous question, what's your address? I gave this guy my new address of this current apartment. If he told me he knew somebody from here, I swear to y'all, like, I would have asked him for a fade instead. Bitch, you can't be banging on my freaking neighbors, okay? So then I ended up setting some ground rules because I'm very big on my personal space, my respect, and having my dignity. Because at the end of the day, like, don't get it twisted, I'm not thirsty for no guy, okay? Okay. So here's a picture of the ground rules that I gave him. It was only 3 and they were like pretty reasonable. So the reason is because I don't want to bottom for a guy that I don't really take serious. I'm actually waiting until I find a boyfriend to be able to fully bottom again for him. I have only bottomed for one guy, but that's another story. Basically, it wasn't happening with him though. He was not that damn lucky, okay? One thing, y'all, I do not like when men try to force it down knowing dang well they carry your horse leg, okay? This can only take so much, dear. Like, maybe it could, but not right off the rip. Like, come on now. So here's where we get to the real tea. So he ends up coming to pick me up. Like, he was outside of my house and I was rushing to get ready. Like, I was, just freshening up. I just got off of work, so I took a shower, all that, right? So I was texting my friends and I was like, y'all, like, he's coming. Like, I was panicking. By the way, yes, he did end up getting a car over the year that I ignored him. So props to him on that one. And the reason I call him Malibu is because he drives a Malibu. Well, at the time he drove a Malibu. So this man tells me he's outside. So I take my ass outside, but I take my ass outside of the apartment complex because I do not want him seeing what number my apartment is, And I don't see any freaking car. And mind y'all, I'm alone. Like, it was pitch black. It was like 9:30, I think. So I was scared. Y'all, when I tell you I do a quick just wanted to see, like, no shade, if he was hiding in a shadow or something. Mind y'all, like, I kept ignoring this man. I kept texting this man, ignoring him again, texting him, ignoring him, texting him. Like, it was just all over the place. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, like, oh, I hope this man is not trying to get revenge for every time that I've ghosted him, because no shade, it had been a few times, and he's a big guy. I'm gonna get my ass whooped by him. But I ended up calling him, and he was basically telling me, like, oh, I missed the sign. Like, I ended up going to another part. Basically, there are 2 entrances to my apartment complex, and he went to the other one, which is at the whole other side from where I live. So I ended up telling him, no, bring your ass over here. You went to the wrong side. So then he comes in, I'm still texting my friends, nervous as hell. And then because I was texting my friends in the group chat that we have, he asked like if I wanted to play music, and I have a freaky playlist, so I said hell yeah. But I have an iPhone, so my car connected to the CarPlay, and they started blowing up that freaking chat, y'all. When I tell y'all, I was praying to God he didn't peep, but I'm pretty sure he did. Okay, y'all, so I'm not even gonna keep dragging this. So then we get into the real business, right? So I hop in his car. I'm like 2 minutes away from the mall. Like, you know, it's 9 p.m., so like the mall's empty. So while we drive there to go find a parking space, we're talking, we're laughing. Like, he was like, oh my God, like, you're really pretty. And I was like, yeah, like, you look good too, like, no shade. Now he also smokes, so, you know, I was trying to give that euphoria set, so I asked him to let me hit. I will decide if I want to put in the video because it's so embarrassing, y'all. I took a hit on that stuff, and let's just say that's the last time I took a hit. After that, we get to a parking space. When we parked, I was really into it, so I kissed him. I pulled him to me and I kissed him. And he, like, mind you, he's bigger than me. He ends up pulling me to his side, and baby, when I tell you I damn near flew out that damn car, and I'm not even the slimmest kind of bitch, so like that gagged me, bitch. He could toss me around. But I took off his bottom clothing, right? Y'all, when I say I gagged, but I am such a real bitch. Like, I made sure he couldn't tell that I was gagging. Baby, he was big. Like, this mic don't got shit on it, okay? Like, it was bigger than this. I took a deep breath in because, no shade, like, the last time I did something for him was, again, a long time ago, and it was, like, I'd say half the size. So I ended... I'm getting flashbacks, sorry. And I ended up, you know, giving him a massage, if y'all know what I mean. It was going well, like, my music was playing, getting hot up in here. I'm a real freak ass out. The song that was playing, by the way, if y'all want to get really into the mood, was Body Language by Doja Cat, because that was my favorite song at the moment. After that, he's like, let's take it to the block. Y'all, we ended up going back there, and it wasn't really working out, but I pushed through it like the real bitch that I am. So I'd say like we're a good 15 minutes in, you know, I'm doing my job. And he basically says this one comment, like he's making multiple, like, you know, freaky comments, but he made this one comment that just turned, like, it just turned me off. Like, it's disgusting. So my job at the time, like, I still had the long hair, and he basically grabs my face while I'm doing it, and he goes, "You're such a pretty girl." That was the most disgusting thing you could ever tell me. Don't you ever sit here and compare me to no girl. Absolutely not. Maybe there is a gay person that does want that, but me personally, no, baby. I am a man too, and you will respect that, okay? But I mean, I am a pretty bitch, so I can't even blame you. Whatever, I look past it though. Like, I don't know how I look past it, but I look past it. Here we fucking go. Like, I can't win. Like, honestly, I can never win. Why the fuck I, like, look at him while I'm doing it? I start seeing, like, yellow lights flashing. Security literally caught us. Like, oh my God, bro.
The cops put up, y'all.
When I tell y'all, I was so nervous, but if you thought it couldn't get any worse, oh baby, you are so mistaken. I ended up peeping the person that was in the security car, and it just so happened that it was my ex-best friend's talking stage. So I didn't know if they were still talking or not, but the point is, it was him. Out of all the people it could have been, it was him. Honestly, that turned me off, and I was still thinking about the comment that he made, so I didn't even really want to do it. But he was like, basically trying to convince me to keep going. So we did it, right? We started kissing again, and then we got down to what we were doing. But y'all, I'm trying not to laugh my ass off when I say this. I got cramps on my leg. My legs are like cramped. They are literally in a small little space where, you know, when people sit in the car, like I had to like put my tall ass, like fold myself like a pretzel in there. Of course I got cramps on my legs. When I tell y'all, I bust out that car and I started yelling because if you get cramps on your legs often, you know what that feels like. Honestly, like some people would find that embarrassing, like to even say or to experience in front of a guy, but baby, I didn't give a fuck. Like, girl, please. So then I tell him like, hey, let's just do it at the front. And honestly, that was the best idea. I don't know why we didn't start off like that, but that was the best thing I could have done. Like, it was more comfortable. Boom, like I get to work again for the third time. So then, you know, he does his grand reveal at the end, you know, finishing and all that. Y'all, this man gonna hand me a roll of paper towel to clean him off. I don't mind cleaning you off, bro, but why do you have a paper towel roll on standby? It just gives you done it before. Maybe it was with Fatso from the old apartment. I don't fucking know. After that, no shade, y'all, I was so turned off. Like, I was just like, just take me home. Just take me home. Me and him saying bye to each other. This man is gonna pull me to him again. Like, oh my god, like I feel like I was being bullied. This man grabbed my face, y'all, and he devoured my lips. Like, I literally thought he ate my mouth. Like, it was that bad. But whatever, I kissed him back, you know, ate him back basically. What's funny was like telling me like, oh, I know you're gonna block me after this. Baby, how'd you know? He already knew he was getting blocked, which he did. So y'all, to end this long ass story, I basically got home. After that, I called my friends immediately, you know, brushed my teeth, all that good stuff. Honestly, I don't have no regrets. The next day, I did end up going to the Kelly Uchis concert. Insert clips here. Such a good concert. But yeah, you guys, I hope you guys don't think I'm a whore or anything. Like, shit, I did what I did. Anyways, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, you know, like, hype up the video, okay? A bitch trying to become famous, a bitch trying to have a bag. Hope a bitch gets a Kardashian level type of fame. I will share more stories, you know, like this, maybe with a friend, who knows, maybe with a trading person. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next story. I'm not sure. Maybe it'll be a vlog, who knows, but stay tuned. Here are all my socials, by the way. I just realized I only had one Oreo this whole entire video. Like, damn, bitch. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.